So to get started, we're going to come to a seated position. So if you don't have a block, you can always use a pillow and place it underneath. If sitting like this isn't an option as well, you can always just go cross-legged. Just something that's going to give you a little bit more height through the spine here. When you've come to your comfortable position, just placing your hands on top of the thighs and then just closing down the eyes here. Here we're just allowing the body just to settle. Whatever's been going on this morning up until now, just let that go. Maybe you'd like to take a few deep breaths, maybe a few sighs out of the mouth here. And then just noticing any sounds in your room, and maybe noticing some sounds outside of your room. And bringing your attention now to your breath here. So without having to change the breath or alter it in any way, just see if you can step back and just notice the breath moving in and out of the nostrils here. And you might notice that maybe your breaths are quite short and shallow up in the chest here. Or maybe you're taking deep belly breaths. Whatever that is, just notice without judgment. And start to lengthen your breath in. See if you can stretch it out a little longer. And then exhale, let that go. Again, deepen your inhale. Feel for length through the spine. And then exhale, just see if you can soften through the body. Let's do 2 more rounds just like that. Long inhale. And exhale, release. And just allowing the breath now to come back to its natural rhythm there. And blinking the eyes open. And then just start to roll the shoulders back and down. So just starting to warm up nice and easy. We're going to be taken through just a very gentle practice here. Rolling the shoulders back and down. And setting the shoulders down the body here. We're going to inhale, reach the fingertips up. And then exhale, start to cactus through the arms. So really spread through the elbows, open the collarbones. Inhale, start to sweep the arms forwards. And then exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. And then exhale, cactus the arms. So we're going to take a few rounds just like that. Inhale, sweep, round through the spine here. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. We'll do 1 round here in your own time. Exhale. And just releasing the arms down by the side. If you're sitting on a block or a pillow, just place it to the side. And then we'll come to cross-legged. If cross-legged doesn't feel right, you can always just bring the feet into a butterfly shape or just send them out long. And then we're going to sweep the arms up, take a full breath in. And then exhale, release the right hand down, up and over. So I'm trying to mirror you. So if I do get my rights and lefts a bit confused, just excuse me. And then take an inhale, come all the way up, reach nice and tall. Exhale over to the second side. Coming all the way up, and we'll come onto our hands and our knees. So rolling over, I'll turn sideways just so you can see. And we'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, sink the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine, release the head. So really press the shoulder blades to the ceiling. Inhale, sink the belly. Exhale as you round through the spine. Let's do 2 more here with your own breath. And once you've finished your exhale, coming into a neutral spine. So we're going to take our right arm forwards. Keep lifting and pressing up out of the left shoulder. And we're going to take 3 circles around. So from here, we're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, scoop down and around. Inhale. And let's do 1 more. And then bringing your arm up nice and tall, reach the fingertips. And then we'll thread the needle, take it under, down and around. So you're going to take your cheek or your forehead down, wrapping the right shoulder down towards the mat here. See if you can really lift the hips. Take a full breath in here. Stay for the exhale. And then press the body all the way up. Lift the right arm. Exhale, release. So we'll take it to the other side. Reach the left arm long. Inhale, lift. Exhale. 2 more. And keep lifting up out of the right shoulder here. And then we'll bring the left arm up nice and tall. Reach through the fingertips. And reaching underneath, taking it to the second side. So you want to feel for the belly just slightly drawing in and up, rather than collapsing on the floor. And then press through the right palm, reach the fingertips up, and then exhale, release all the way down. So just resetting the hands here, I want you to spread through the palms. So really spread your fingers as much as you can, and then ground down through the 10 knuckles. So if they start to pop, your palms start to pop, try flatten them down. And we're going to take the right leg out nice and long, press through the heel, and then start to float the left arm. So fingertips are nice and long. And then when you've got your balance, you'll start to float the right leg, keeping the hips nice and square to the mat. And then feel a nice hugging in of your left thigh. So rather than sitting out, hug it in. Seeing here with the breath, if you can keep it nice and steady. And then start to float your left hand out towards the side of the mat, and then your right toes out towards the right hand side. Keep lifting up out of the right wrist, and then float the hand and the foot back to center. Take an inhale, and then exhale, bring the knee towards the elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, really empty out the breath. We'll do 1 more. And placing the knee and the hand down. If you need to give your wrists a bit of a roll just before we take it to the second side, please do so. Resetting through the hands, pressing the left foot out nice and long. Right arm will reach. Again, Setting up exactly the same. When you're ready, floating that back leg. Holding here, belly draws in. And then start to take the right arm just to a 45-degree angle. And then the back leg will go to the left as well. Nice, easy, steady breaths. And come all the way back to center. Take a breath in. Exhale, tiger curl. Inhale, lift. Tiger curl. As you exhale, we'll do one more. And release the hand, release the knee. Again, sit back, release the wrists here. You can take a child's pose. And then when you're ready, coming onto all fours, we will tuck the toes under, lift the knees, downward facing dog. Start to pedal through the feet here. Get to know the backs of the legs this morning. And taking one heel down and up. And then just finding some stillness here in your downward facing dog. Your hands will be shoulder width or wider, and your feet are going to be hip width distance. Take a gentle bend of the knees and feel as if your tailbone is lifting up towards the sky. So pelvis will tilt forward slightly. And feeling here your inner arm bones hugging towards one another. The biceps will wrap towards the ears, but then slide the shoulder blades down the back. And start to just slowly take your tiptoes all the way to the top of the mat. We'll take a nice bend of the knees, grab a hold of either elbows, ragdoll. Just a nice sway from side to side, releasing through the lower back here. Maybe closing down the eyes. And then releasing the hands to the mat. We're going to take a halfway lift here. So bring your fingertips to your shins to start, and then you can always work your way down. So hands to shins, and we'll take a halfway lift. So start to lengthen the spine. Eye gaze will go forwards, and then forward fold, bow the head. We'll do that again. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold as you exhale. And slowly start to press the body up to standing, grounding through the 4 points of the feet. Take a breath in as you sweep the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sweep the arms up, take a breath in. Forward fold, hinging at the hips. Take it all the way down. Again, we'll take a half lift. Open through the chest. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. So really finding your palms. Make an imprint with your hands. Make an imprint with your feet. From here, float your right leg to the sky. Flex the toes. Keep the hips square. So notice here if naturally you want to open out, keep the hips nice and square. And then see if you can sink the left heel down towards the mat. Bend the right knee and then come forwards, tiger curl. Step the right foot through, frame the foot, and then release the back knee down. So keep onto your fingertips. If you've got a pillow or a block, you can always use it to give you a bit more height. Here we want to feel for a nice long spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then from here, just gently press through the front foot. We're not going to be straightening into the leg straight away. And then inhale, come back, low lunge. Pressing back. And forwards. We're going to do just a few rounds just to really warm up here into the hip joint and the knee. Let's do one more. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. And we're going to hold back here. Flex the toes just to keep it nice and gentle on that knee. Just keep a micro bend here. And we want to feel for the right hip plugging back. Hips are nice and square. And then roll the shoulders back and down. See if you can shine your heart space forwards. And take a full inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then walk your hands to the top of the mat. Keep that bend in the knee. This time, left hand to right foot as we open out for our easy twist. So I want you to bring your attention to your bottom shoulder, your left shoulder, wrapping in and back. This is going to give us a lot more height. It's going to give us the ability to open our chest more to the side. And then start to sweep your right arm to the back wall. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale. Let's do one more. And coming all the way back, reach the fingertips up for our easy twist. Now from here, I want you to tuck the toes, lift the knee. This is our, obviously, more of a stronger option. If your body isn't feeling it today, you can always drop the knee down. You start to build some fire through the legs. And then from here, sweep the arm down. Frame the foot again. Find your balance. And then drive through the front leg. Crescent lunge. So our hip bones are square to the front here. Lifting up through the arms, but drop the shoulders down. You want to feel for your lower ribs here, cinching down towards your front hip bones. And then when you find your comfortable spot here, I want you to go a little bit deeper. Stay here for one full breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal through the feet. Do what you have to do. Maybe there's a twist. And then coming back. I'm going to take it to the second side now. Left foot floats. Flex the toes, keep the hips square. Drop the right heel down. See if you can lengthen through the hamstrings. And then tiger curl. Empty out the breath. Step it in between the hands. And then release the back knee. Coming up onto the fingertips. Slide the shoulders down and away. And then again, we start to move forward and back. So here, I want you to be aware of your breath. We're not just moving forwards and back for the sake of it. We're connecting into the breath. We're syncing movement and breath. Becoming aware if our breath is quick, maybe it's long today. One full round. And then coming into our half split, flexing the toes. This time, left hip plugs back. Final breath here. And start to walk the hands to the front. Again, frame the foot. Tuck that back toe. And then open out, right hand to left foot. Easy twist. So belly is lifting up off the thigh here. There's a nice lift through the pelvic floor and the belly. And then we start to take our 3 circles with breath. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Last one. And coming all the way up. This time we tuck our back leg, lift the knee. Keep it strong through that bottom shoulder. See if you can twist, wring out the spine a little bit deeper. And then top arm comes down. Find your balance. Crescent lunge. So if there's any lower back stuff going on for you today or just in general, keep that back knee bent slightly. It's going to protect the lower back here, and it's also going to help really draw the tailbone south. Reach the fingertips up nice and long. Broaden through the collarbones. Stay for one full breath. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Step back. So from here, we're going to ripple forwards into a high plank. Holding here and really dome through the upper back. Option to take the knees down. If you're feeling nice and strong, keep them lifted. Press the heels towards the back wall. Now, whatever your option is, whether they're down or lifted, I want you to feel for your shoulders rolling away and your heart space shifting forwards. Take your eye gaze forward slightly and then begin to hug the elbows in towards the midline. See if you can lower halfway and then come all the way down. Untuck the toes and then press the pubic bone into the mat. Shift your hands down slightly. Take a cobra. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Let's do that one more time. Cobra, inhale. Exhale, release. Press back, downward facing dog. We're going to do that one again. So inhale, shift forwards to plank. Exhale, lower. Hug the elbows. Send the body forwards. Cobra. Inhale, lift the chest, light on the palms. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower. Chaturanga. Cobra, coming up maybe a little bit taller. Downward facing dog. Hips are high. So from here, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Keep a nice gentle bend of the knees. Take a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Take it to the sky. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms. Dive forwards. Exhale. Halfway lift. Exhale, step back. High plank this time. Again, you always have the option to drop the knees. Inhale, shift forwards. Chaturanga as you lower, hug the elbows. Cobra as you inhale, squeeze the elbows together. Downward facing dog as you exhale. So from here, we're going to float the right leg to the sky. This time, open out at the hip. Enjoy that nice stretch, bend the knee. Start to square the hips back towards the mat. Right knee to nose, tiger curl. Step it in between the hands. You might have to jump it through a couple times, just so that the The knee is stacked over the ankle here. And then on an inhale, come on up, crescent lunge. We've been here before. So feel into your body, see where you can go, see where there is resistance. For some of us, for most of us, we feel discomfort and we want to run, we want to come out of it. So in yoga, we are tested, we are challenged with compassion to see if we can stay in the discomfort, if we can breathe through the discomfort. And take a full breath in here. Exhale, ground the back heel down, press through the pinky edge, warrior two. Reaching long through the fingertips. Front knee broadens over the second and third toe. You can give the toes a little wiggle just to make sure you're not clenching. And then just notice if you can see yourself, just notice if your ribs are leaning forwards. I want you to stack your ribs over your hips. Your eye gaze can be nice and gentle on your front middle finger. No intense staring. And then come a little bit deeper. And from here, we'll take our right elbow to our right knee, extended side angle. So reaching the fingertips. See if you can rotate the pinky down so that we can wrap the shoulder back. And keep lifted up out of that bottom shoulder. So we're not hanging out here at a bar. We're lifting up. We're creating more space through the sides of the body. And then coming all the way up through the legs are nice and strong. Warrior two. Straighten through that leg. Whew. And then parallel the toes. So bring your hands to your hips. You're going to turn your toes out this way, coming to the back of your mat. So bending into that back leg. Fingertips will come down. If you have a pillow or a block, you can always place it here for our Skandasana, skater pose. So lengthening through the hips, send the hips to the back wall, and then shoot the crown of the head forwards. Belly is lifted. And if this feels nice and easy, nice and comfortable, then I challenge you to bring your hands to heart center. So we're still lifted up, legs are doing all the work. And take a final breath in here. And then floating to the top of the mat, high lunge. Take an easy twist, left palm to right foot, open out. Take a full inhale here. Downward facing dog, plant the hands, step back. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose. And then open the mouth, let that go. So we're coming over to the second side. The left foot will float. Inhale. Bend the knee, open out at the hip. Enjoy that nice stretch. And then shoot the left knee forwards, tiger curl. Lift up through the sternum and then step it through. Find your feet first before anything. And then come on up, crescent lunge. Stay with the breath here. Long inhales, slow exhales. Take a full breath in here, lift and lengthen out of the fingertips. Warrior two. Open and spread your wings. Back foot is pressing down through the pinky edge. Sinking a little bit deeper, listening to your body. And again, everything that I'm saying is I'm just guiding you. If it doesn't feel right for you, know when it's right to back off. From here, we'll bring our left elbow down, extended side angle, float those right fingertips up. Again, being mindful of both of our shoulders, seeing if we can squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inner thighs will lift and hug towards one another. On your next breath in, come on up, warrior two. Straighten through the front leg and parallel the toes. Now turn your right toes to face out. We'll come on down, Skandasana. Excuse this view. Again, if fingertips, palms to the ground is nice and easy, bring your hands to meet at heart center. Stay here for one full inhale and exhale. Floating your way to the top of the mat. Right palm to left foot. Open out, easy twist. Take a full inhale, lift up out of the bottom shoulder. And then release the hand down, downward facing dog. Hips are high. We're here for 3 full breaths. Rest is coming. And gently bring your knees nice and wide to the mat. Toes will touch. Take a child's pose. Release the forehead down to the mat. Just allow the breath to settle. Allow the mind to settle here too. Child's pose is a really nice way just to connect back in to the body and the breath, noticing any chatter through the mind. On your next inhale, making your way up, downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. So we're going to add a bit more flow this time. Right leg lifts. Inhale. Tiger curl, bend the knees, send it forwards. Step it through. Setting up, crescent lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior two. Side angle, elbow to knee, lift up. Warrior two as you float. Now this time, flip the palms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, Skandasana, turn the toes. Option, fingertips, palms, or maybe flying. Stay here for 1 full breath. Float your way back to the top of the mat. Frame the foot. Easy twist. Take a full breath in here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take it to the second side. Left foot lifts. Take a breath in. Tiger curl. Step it through. Crescent lunge. Come on up. Warrior two. Side angle. Lift and lengthen. Open through the side body. Warrior two. Come on up. Flip the palms. Straighten through the leg. Take it to the back of the mat. Skandasana. Open through the chest. Drive through the feet. Take it back to the top of the mat. Right palm to left foot. Easy twist as you open. Downward facing dog. So you have the option to stay here in your downward facing dog or flow through your vinyasa with me. Float forwards into your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Cobra as you inhale. Downward facing dog. We'll all meet there. From here, float forwards into your high plank. And we're going to lower, as a little bit of a challenge, we're going to lower through our chaturanga. So we're going to lower for a count of 4. Off we go. We lower for 4, for 3, for 2, 2, 2. Sorry, the video just froze. 1, come on down. All right, so coming onto the belly, we're going to reach the arms down by the side. Palms will face down. So really press through the palms. And then bring the tops of your toes onto the mat. Really press down. And then lift through the kneecaps. So this is going to support the lumbar spine here. So we aren't going to crunch here. So reach the fingertips nice and long. Neck here is lengthened. Roll the shoulders back and down, and then see if you can float the chest. Locust pose. Your breath should be just nice and easy here. See if you can come up a little bit taller. And come all the way down. Just take one cheek to the side. Allow the body just to settle. And coming back through center, we're going to take it one more. We're going to lift up. This time, float the hands, reach the fingertips towards the heels. Keep your eye gaze down. Crown of the head is long. And then if you're feeling up to it, you can start to float the legs. Please keep the legs hip width distance. Feel this energetic hug towards one another. Again, press through the pubic bone. And then see if you can lift up a little taller. We're here for 3, for 2, for 1, and take your other cheek to the mat. Maybe a sway of the hips from side to side. And then bringing the head back. We're going to do one more. Now, if this option doesn't feel comfortable, please just take it to either option 1 or 2. So we're going to interlace the hands behind the back. Feet are nice and close together. And then start to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the knuckles down by the back. And then lift the legs. No holding your breath. We're here for 3, for 2, 1, and release. Bring your hands in front, make a little pillow with your hands. Just sway the hips from side to side. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press the body up and we'll come into a downward facing dog. If you need to pedal through the feet, please do so. Move in any way. Maybe there's a cat-cow. And then in your own way, we're going to make our way onto our backs. So whatever that means for you, you might want to practice jumping through. Might want to do a little dance on the way. And then reaching the fingertips nice and long. We're coming into a bridging series. So just reach down, see if you can brush your Achilles. Knees are in line with the hips. And then fingertips are reaching down here. Roll the shoulders back and down. And then we're slowly starting to peel the hips up towards the sky. Neck is light here. Feeling for the inner thighs hugging towards one another. So pretend that there's maybe a pillow or a block and you're squeezing it nice and tight. Tailbone will draw towards the back of the knees here. And then slowly melt the spine, drawing the belly down. Take an inhale down at the bottom. Exhale, peel the spine off, hips drive to the ceiling. So this time you can start to walk your hands underneath if that feels okay. You're going to get a deeper opening through the shoulders here, interlacing behind the back. Again, really affirming into the feet, the 4 points of the feet, really grounding down here. Gently release the hands. Come all the way down. Give the knees a hug into the chest. Little roll around, few in one direction. And back the other way. So what's really nice with this one, if you've got a pillow, grab it. If you've got a block as well, this one's really good. We're just going to slide it underneath the lower back. So roughly where the sacrum is. You want to feel a nice lift of the hips. And then palms will face up. We're just going to take our feet to the ceiling. And there's not really a lot else to do here. The feet will just hang out in space. It's a really nice opportunity just to close down the eyes. Allow the body here to soften. And then connecting back into your breath again. It's quite common for most of us, especially when we're trying new things, to have expectations of what things should be, how it should look, when realistically the yoga it's a practice of the mind, and how we do that is through moving. We use breath with movement to get to the mind. So it doesn't matter about how you look in the posture. It doesn't matter if you can wrap your legs around your head. If you're breathing, you're doing yoga. And slowly, there's no rush, bend the knees. Allow them to float through space. And then connecting back onto the mat. Lifting the hips, just moving any props behind you out of the way. And then take your arms nice and wide, really stretch out, take up all the space. And then take your feet nice and wide, so roughly the width of the mat here. And we'll come for a twist. So take the knees up and over to one side. And then turn your head away from your knees. And coming all the way up and to the second side. And coming back up through center, give the knees a nice little hug into the chest. And then from here, just stretch the legs out nice and long. Coming into our final resting pose, Shavasana. Now we're only going to be here just for 2 minutes. And I want you to commit to these 2 minutes of stillness. Palms will face up. This allows us to fully receive the practice, absorb all the goodness. And it's teaching us stillness of the body, stillness of the mind. And I'm not asking you to go into a full meditation. I'm asking you to commit to stillness. And 2 minutes might seem a lot for some of you. It might not. And see if you can stay with something very simple. Maybe it's just the breath. You might say to yourself, inhale, exhale. Or you might want to say something to yourself like, I am here, I'm present. Something that's going to keep you connected to being present, not all up in your head. You might want to even notice and connect with any sensations through the body. The rise and the fall of the belly and the chest. And start to take some deeper breaths here now. Really fill up the lungs. Take the deepest breath that you've taken all morning. And reach the fingertips up and behind you. Take a full body stretch here. Maybe take a yawn. And bring the knees up in towards the chest. Take any sort of rock around. And then when you're ready, rolling over to one side. And then just gently coming all the way up to a seated position. Cross-legged, however you want. Just closing down the eyes. I just want you to notice here if there's any difference from when you first joined to now. Noticing how it feels to breathe, if there's more space. And then bringing the hands to meet together at heart center. Take a full inhale through the nose. And then open the mouth, clear it out. I'm just taking a moment here to think of something that you might be grateful for this morning. Doesn't matter how big or small. Breathing in that feeling of gratitude. And then taking it into the rest of your day and the rest of your week. Bowing the head towards the heart. Namaste. Thank you, guys.